Good evening. This is Card Creating with Jean. My name is Jean Ducro, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I live in McFarland, Wisconsin. And welcome to our Tuesday night techniques and just fun that we're going to have. So I hope you have had a good day, that the storms that we had last night did not affect you. I know that we had plenty of lightning and thunder, but we didn't get any rain whatsoever. It didn't rain until this afternoon for a little bit. So we do need the rain. We do have a fire warning out that could be a problem if somebody starts a fire and it's unchecked. So I know last weekend they had warnings out about barbecuing and things like that to make sure that you pay attention to what you're doing. But anyway, I'm glad that you are going to be joining me tonight and that we can have some fun using up some of our scraps. So if you're watching this for the first time on Facebook, please click the follow button, and then you will be notified whenever I go live. And if you want to comment, the cards we make tonight, I will have a drawing of on our next night we get together, which is Sunday evening at 6:30. And we will draw for one of the cards. And those that have made comments during the live or between Tuesday tonight and Sunday night, I will include them in on the drawing as well. So make sure you leave a comment. Let me know where you're from and all that good stuff. If you're watching this on YouTube, please give me a thumbs up. And also, if you want to follow me, you can click over to Facebook on Tuesday nights at 6 and on Sunday nights at 6:30. And it would be Card Creating with Jean, the same as it is on YouTube, with a capital C, the first C capitalized, and the first initial of my name, J, capitalized. So it's really easy. It's the same between the two. Kept it simple. And then if you are watching on, and you do YouTube only, if you want to click the bell, that will give you a notification of when I upload another video. Anybody that has watched my videos and wants to copy something that I've made a couple of months down the line, they're probably not going to find the video on Facebook. They would have to look on YouTube to get it, because Facebook I've just lost the word. Facebook deletes, there it is, deletes all videos that are older than a month, I found out. So, hi Rhonda. How are you tonight? Thank you very much for sharing. I hope you're having a good week. So, I had a good Monday. I took a very long walk yesterday afternoon. I was gone, I'd say about almost 2.5 hours, and I walked over 5 miles. And I took my first this time, Tai Chi class in the morning. So I'll tell you, I was ready for bed right after supper. I kept yawning and yawning. I slept like a champ last night. So, I'm glad you're having a good week so far. So, and then today I got up and I thought, oh, before the weather turns, I'm going to get out there right away and get another walk in. I did not go as far as I did yesterday. I think I went about 3.5 miles maybe. My friend who's going on the trip with me called and asked if I could meet him for coffee, and I said sure. So I just ended my walk there for about an hour and a half, and then tooled it home. And boy, when I went out from the coffee shop, I could not believe how much colder it had gotten. The wind had changed directions, and it was blowing in cold. And I tell you, I walked as quickly as I could to get home. So anyway, and then I sat here this afternoon planning the cards that I was going to make with you tonight. I knew what I wanted to make. I just hadn't tried it yet, so I had to make a couple samples to see how it would look and if I thought it would be good. So anyway, I'm ready to flip the camera down. I'm just going to kind of explain to you first the things that the sets that I'm using, and then we'll get started. So let me get the camera turned here, and I need to bring it up on my iPad because I don't have it up on my iPad yet, and that will, oops, help me. Let's see, I gotta get this over. I'm gonna get you down, but get you back far enough. Sorry, I've got my magnetic board is in the way. How far does this go? Ooh, not too far. I'm going to bring you forward just a little bit. That goes a little bit better. Okay, let me get up on my iPad. Let's go back. No, it won't. Looks like I'm going to have to rearrange that. Okay, come on. There we go. All right. So, get that out of the way. We are going to be using strips for our card fronts this time. And we're going to be die cutting. And let's see. Just trying to take these out one at a time. Okay. So, our first set, we are using a Thinking of You. Where did I find that? Oh, right here. Thinking of You. I'm going to be splitting it in half, and Thinking is going to be on one line, and Of You will be on the second line. The inside is going to be Consider Yourself Hugged, the stamp from Banner Sayings. So Sunshine and Tulips and Banner Sayings are our sentiments. And then we're going to use the little stamp of this leaf pattern here. And I think this leaf pattern goes with this, is the die from here as well. Forever Floral. I'm going to be using some ribbon on this one. Timid Tiger ribbon. This is nice thin ribbon and is very easy to work with. We aren't going to be tying a bow. We're just going to be putting a piece across the center of the front. So let me get the ink and stuff out. So we are going to be using strips of white that are a ½ inch wide. They can be, they're going to be at least, or at the most, 6 3/4 inches long. And we are going to put them through. I've got some that are a little bit smaller. I'm just going to give this to you as an example because I've gone ahead and run them through the embossing folder. I'm using this Lazy Daisy 3D embossing folder. Such a pretty embossing folder. And I'm going to put them on diagonally and run them through. It does not matter how they line up. So that's going to go through. I've already got a bunch of strips put together, so I'm not going to run this through unless I absolutely need it at the end. So let me get those up for you. And here they are. So all with little daisies on them. Some big, some smaller. And we are going to be using white cardstock that's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. That's going to be our base. I'm going to put a mat on there of Timid Tiger. Can't talk tonight. that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I'm just going to put that on top for right now. And then we are going to be working with a piece of Timid Tiger for the front that is 4 by 5 1/4. And then we've got our tag. This is cut using the, is it the smallest or the second to the smallest? No, it's the third size of the Stylish Shapes. We're using that for the white on the tag, and then I took the 2-inch punch and cut this circle out. This ends up being 1 1/4 inches. So that is all of our parts and pieces, and here's that one little leaf that I die cut. I thought I would go ahead and do that because this takes just a little bit to do. I'm going to try to line these up. Okay, so those two look like they go together, and I want to find, there should be one more. Not there. Right there. Okay, so I want these 3 that are long to begin with, because we are going to put them on a diagonal here, and I do kind of want those to match up. The rest of them I don't care that we're going to put on. And we are going to first start with some glue, and I'm just going to run the glue from this corner down. I found that it works much easier to do it this way than to try to put the glue on the back, because you're going to end up with pieces that are hanging over. And when you go to cut them off, it is a little more difficult to cut when you've got the strip is hanging off with glue on it. Okay, and then I'm just going to go to this one. And I might as well put this one on too. And I'm going to try to match these up if I can. And I want to have separation between it so that you can see the orange coming through. Trying to get this even. I just stuck my finger in the other glue. That was good. Good way to start. Because who knows, I might be doing that again. Okay, let's see. This isn't quite matched, but it's not bad. Okay. Now we are going to put strips this direction on both sides. So that's why you needed some that were smaller than. We will be cutting them off as we go, so that we might need to reuse some of the longer pieces. So we want to have a separation on this as well. Trying to get this as straight as possible. Before that sets up too much, I'm just going to place another couple on here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Helps if I flip this over and it's going the right direction. So you want them all to be, I'm using the emboss side, not the deboss side. But you could use the deboss side. I always end up with so many pieces of white strips that are 1/2 inch. And I thought, well, this is a good way to use up some of them. I'm happy to say it took them down a little bit. I'll get over a little bit. And I picked it up and it moved. Alright, well, that's a real long one. And you're just eyeballing this. It's not anything major if it's a little off. A little overage on the glue on that one. Try to get that off. There. All right. I'm going to go ahead and cut these off on the back side because I can reuse those. Oh, I get the scissors out. And hopefully you are able to see what I'm doing here. Okay. Then I can use some of these shorter ones for the sides. And I have actually gone and used them where I've had to go back and straighten the pieces off. I'm going to go and cut these off because I can use them on the corners. And I'll show you what I mean. These two are angled on both ends, so I'm just going to go back in and straighten it up so that I can use them. Oh, that doesn't want to go. I hate when that happens. I will not use that one. The center of the flower was coming out. I think that's it. Okay. And then I'm just going to add a little glue here. Like so. All right, now I'm going to flip it over. We'll start on this side. I'm somewhat lining up. It does not have to be. The sample that I saw, this was a reel that I saw on Facebook, of course. And that was put on by, let's see, I wrote her down. Hand Stamped with Lisa is who. I just want to make sure that we are straight here. Yep. Are we going okay? Yeah, okay. This one appears to be a little narrower, but in the scheme of it, I don't know that that will really matter. In nature, nothing is even. This needs to come in just a smidge. So, there. Okay. There. And almost done. Hi, Shar. Welcome. I hope your day went okay. I was thinking about you. Oh, shared a bunch. Thank you. I really appreciate that. All right. Get these all lined up here and we'll snip them off the back side. And we'll fill in these little tidbits on the ends. Depending on how much space you put between them will depend on where you end up at the end. So I'm going to just go ahead and lop this side off. Oh, this went crooked. You know, when they do these reels, they do them so fast. I did not see how it was put together. She just showed the strips in the beginning, and then the front of the card was completed. I'm not that quick. Who is, right? That one had some glue on it. Okay, and then this guy. Now then, we've got some corners to fill. Get this up here because I know I was off camera there. Had to be. And this one's a narrow one, but I think we can do it. We can. Now, these little guys down here, these are going to be tiny, but it won't look complete otherwise. I'm going to cut this. Maybe if I would have gone just a little bit wider, but I don't know. I kind of like this width. Is that on there? Yeah, I guess it is. It didn't look like it was. This one's gonna ooze. There. Oops. All right, I'm gonna just let those set up good before I cut them off. And we are going to go over and we're going to go ahead and glue this. Now the reel that I saw did not have a mat underneath it. It was just this was just put on the white. I thought it needed something behind it. And so I thought, well, let's just use the same color and kind of extend it a little bit further past the top piece that we just worked on. again, this was 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Yeah, I could go a little bit if I can get it to move. Yep, there we go. Better. Okay. Cut these little guys off. Hardly anything to that one. But it's a really good way to use up them strips that you always end up with. It had a little glue on it. Okay. Now I thought we would take and add some ribbon around the center. I'm just going to pitch these. My little tin bucket that I put all my scraps in was so high and tight with scraps that that's how it's going to look. So it just gives it an extra border around there that is the same as what's in between. All right, the ribbon. Where did I put it? Right in front of me. We'll just take our Stampin' Seal and put a little bit across the center here, or thereabouts. All right. And we're just going to run this across. Okay. Let's see. I think I'll do the stamping first. All right. So we're going to stamp Thinking of You. I'm just going to put ink on the thinking. I didn't want to cut this one apart. I just thought, well, I'm going to kind of center it like so. Clean it off. Make sure it's dry. And now I'm just going to put ink on the of you. And line that up underneath. You can use the top of the stamp as a guide to line it up with the bottom of the thinking. And then you want to make sure that you kind of center that so that there's just going to be, if I did that okay, yep, kind of equal overlap. All right, put that aside. I'm going to glue this on to our 2-inch circle. And then we're going to add our leaves. And they're going to be, oops, this direction. Not quite all the way on, but that's just fine. So I'm going to add some glue on here. Just a little bit. And then, oh, this isn't on there straight. There, that's better. I'm going to add some dimensionals on the back. Trying to use up all my little scrappy pieces here. I'm just going to put one on the top and one on the bottom here so that the ribbon goes through the center. It's not. Sometimes the dimensionals don't stick very well. A little off-centered, but not a lot. Just, or wherever you really, your little heart desires you want to put it, I guess. And then I'm going to actually put dimensionals on the back of this to pop it up. Let's see, what do I have here? I don't have enough. We are going to use up these. I don't like to keep these around too long because they end up sticking to each other in my drawer. And I might as well use them while I have them. Or put them to good use. Come on. Okay. Got one on each of the four corners here, and we're just gonna pop this on. Get over just a smidge. There. And then to zhuzh it up a little bit, we're going to use one of the in color flat pearls. As you can see, I don't have many of that color left. So, and I'm just going to put one right in the center gene. There. Of that, to give it just a little bling. I hope you can see the design. I'll lift it up closer to the camera here so you can see that. And then we got to do the inside. Can you see the design on the I'm trying to look on my iPad. Yeah, you can see it. Good. Well, I think your sister needs to get put to work and doing some more. So we're going to put Consider Yourself Hugged on the inside. In the same color. Like so. And we're going to add that little leaf pattern up in the corner. And I'm not putting it right up in the corner. I'm bringing it down just a hair. Well, I guess that's more than a hair. Bringing it down just like a quarter of an inch. And there is number one done. I like Timid Tiger. I'll be sad when that one goes. All right. I'll show you mine. My sample I did was much narrower, orange looking through, and I did not put the matting on, and you can see the difference. I really like it with that matting on there. I think it adds a lot. And I love this Lazy Daisy embossing folder. It is cool. All right. Go to the next one. Let's see, I put that one up there, and I'll leave that one here. Okay, the next one we're going to do same thing, different colors. Get my embossing folder put away here. Get the other one out. Okay, this one we're going to use the Ladybug Picnic 3D embossing folder. It's got ladybugs and little flowers, little daisy-like flowers on them. And I thought, well, let's see how that looks. It gives a completely different look. So I thought we would do this one. So I thought, oh, ladybugs and flowers. Maybe we'll use garden green. And that's what I pulled, is garden green. And I got the 2-inch circle and the 1 3/4 inch die cut circle. This time I'm using a couple of dies from the Sweet Bugs. And we are going to use the ribbon is going to be the green and white. What do they call it? Garden green and white. No, it's got another name. Chevron ribbon. Knew it had another name. And then we are going to make this one a thinking of you, or just a note. Just a note on the front. I'm going to do the same thing with splitting the stamp apart, just using just for the first line and a note for the second. And then on the inside, I'm going to put "You're on my mind." I think that's what I put. I gotta look. Yes, that's what I put. When we get to matting it, I thought we'd have a choice. So let me get these out here. I'm going to use the light Daffodil Delight on the center of the flower. I'm going to put these two things aside for right now. Okay. Let's get hopping. So again, we're starting with the 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 for our base. We'll either use the red, real red, or the garden green for the mat. That will be the choice for that. But we're going to do the main piece here with the strips on it is going to be done in the garden green. Okay, I got to get I got the long ones out here and see if I've got something I can match up here. That's not it. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Ooh, it doesn't look like it does. Good thing we put ribbon across it, huh? Get all my straight sheets out. I wasn't sure if I had enough cut here. Okay. I can't believe I don't have two of them that go together. Nope. This one isn't quite as, the embossing isn't quite as deep. We're just going to go with it. All right, we'll start with gluing it from corner to corner. Hi, Carol. Glad you could join us. Hopefully I've caught everybody else. Pam, did I say hi to you? I can't even remember. If I didn't, hello. Okay, we're going to go corner to corner. With our first strip. And then we will, I don't know why I put the cover on it, go with the next one. this one. The sample that I made, I wasn't able to get matched up, but two of them on this direction, and can't even really tell. It's like, want all that work, and nope. Okay, I'm just going to lay these out. This one's narrower. There. Yep. Make sure that I've got this going straight. That's looking good. Okay. Make sure the bumps are up. That's good. Thought maybe I had moved it over a little bit. Hopefully you're able to see this. I still haven't gotten used to this. I'm standing, but I'm not used to your position. I'm gonna go up with this one. It's got more bumpies at the top. Okay. I flipped it because this piece had almost the same as what this was at the top. So I thought, ooh, let's get something different. I feel like I'm pulling it away. Okay. Now we will just feel like I'm off again. Sorry. I know how annoying it is when you're watching. Okay, now let's get some of these ends cut off. Let's see. We'll start here. A little glue on that one. And that one. Okay. Now let's do some more on this side. Almost there. I think I've made these a little bit wider spaced. Let's see, this one can go over here. Just a wee bit longer. This one will go here, it's shorter. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do on these little ends. Oh, that's not the right size. Take that off. This one will work though. Come on. There. Okay. And two little ones down at this end. Little tiny things. I don't know how you can figure it so that it comes out exactly right, but I've tried skinny and I've tried wider. That looks like it needs to be trimmed a little bit. I got glue on my fingers and it's sticking to everything. Okay. Get these cut off and we can mat it. We can make our decision on our mat. Tell you, the first time I did this, I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to show this? It's going to take me forever. But I took a little piece out of the PSP there. Or the... Alright, we lost our little guy on the corner. Nope, it wasn't that one. I bet you it was that one. We'll have to try that one again. Alright, let's see. Okay. Give me one that's square. Here's one that's square. Alright. I'm working up a sweat, you guys. Oh, hi, Laura. Lori. Well, I'm glad you could still join us. You'll figure it out. It's pretty easy. Alright. Now, do you suppose this is going to be okay to cut? Yes. There. Okay, now we're going to get some ribbon around this. Put this cover on for a minute. Okay. And I can see there's glue on here. Alright, now we're using the chevron ribbon that I don't have much left on. I really like this ribbon too. Right about center. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like how well it matches. I would have gone with red as the background to kind of go along with the ladybugs, except that I don't have any real red ribbon. Real red ribbon. There we go. Can't even talk tonight. Okay. And we're going to stamp on our 1 3/4 inch die cut circle here. Just a note in garden green. We're just going to do the just first. I'm going to kind of, I'm at the top, but a little bit over to the left to try to correct how I did it the last time. And now we're going to do a note in the ink. Oh, I can see I had a little. Let me just stamp it off on some paper. Make sure I got it all. Yep. Okay, now I'm going to go like so. All right. I can go ahead and glue this on to our 2 inch circle. Getting low on glue, I can feel it. Now, is that centered? Not quite. Okay. And now the little flower from the Cute as a Bug, and I'm just going to add a little glue here to this top. To adhere the covered all the way there. Okay, and then I'm going to take the light Daffodil Delight and color in just the center where the little holes are. Now this guy is going to go on here, but I'm going to take come on, turn. Well, it's not going to turn. I'm going to have to clip that off. I can see it poking through here on the... Did I got it? Yep, I got it. I think. Pretty well. Okay. I'm going to cut this last leaf off. We're going to put him on there like so. And we'll just add some glue. on there. And add some dimensionals. Top and bottom. Okay, and then I thought since we have ladybugs on there, we would put a ladybug on our tag here. Add a little bit of pizzazz. Okay, now we have to decide. You're going to vote. Do you want to stick with the green? So it'll be like so. Or should we put red under there, which brings out the color of the ladybugs? Like so. Let me know what you think. And while you're deciding, I'm going to stamp the inside with the "You're on my mind." Okay. You like the green? Thank you. And we're going to put a ladybug inside too. Put one up here. Alright, you liked the green. Boy. I gotta... Where'd my scissors go? It's hiding. I'm going to glue this on, and I think we will pop up both. I think that's what I did on the one that I had, yeah. All right, and then we'll pop this up, get rid of a few more of these hot diggity, got rid of another sheet. Yay! I think I had about 4 of them in my drawer that I needed to finish off the edges on. Sometimes I go ahead and use the edges first, but I didn't for a while, obviously. There, you have it. I'll show you mine. Sample is right here. See, I took off the bottom 2 leaves, and after I had it on, I thought, oh, if I just moved it over just a little bit, we could get a little bit more of that on there. But anyway, you can see the little bugs in there. So, these are our 2. Which one do you like better? Thanks, Rhonda. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it, Char. Yes, I love the ladybugs too. And you know, it's really funny. I haven't used them that frequently. I don't know what my problem was. So I am ready to do the drawing. And this time I remembered to write everybody's name down so you don't have to wait for me. So let's see. Okay, our 2 cards that we did. We did the cute as a bug paper for the 1. Happy birthday. What does it say on the inside? Sending wishes for the happiest birthday. And then this one, thinking of you. Hope you feel your best soon. So, got my list here. And see who's going to win tonight. And it's Pam Golzinski. Number 3. Pam, let me know. Is she on? I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, she's on. Let me know which card you'd like me to send you. Get my pen out here and circle 3. And I would... Yeah, you like the orange one, Lori? Yeah, I think that one's really pretty. It's different. After I got done doing the green, this would have been really fun in granny apple green. Would have really looked nice. Maybe I'll try one of those yet. Yes, congratulations, Pam. Wonder if she is still on. She was on, right? I'm looking back. Yep, she was. Oh, I'm glad you liked the... Pam, I'm glad you liked the card I sent you. I'm glad. So, if we don't have her on right now, I will send her a message and see which one she would like. Oh dear, I tried to put all my strips back in my can and they just flipped down onto the floor underneath my desk. Lovely. Ah, goodness. All right. Well, I don't have anything else for you right now. Have a great rest of your week. I found out today that my order is coming tomorrow, so maybe I will pop on tomorrow night. We don't have church tomorrow night, so that would work out really well for me if I could pop on and show you the new things that I've gotten. So I'll put a message out as soon as it comes in, and I will let you know. I'm tentatively thinking maybe 6:30 to go on. You guys are welcome. I love doing these cards with you. It's fun. It keeps me going, that's for sure. So I will see you possibly tomorrow night to introduce you to some of the new stuff and find out who's going to want catalogs besides Carol. I know she wants a catalog. So just let me know because I'll have to mail them out. I will see you tomorrow night, maybe. Otherwise, Sunday evening at 6:30. Thank you. Bye.